Hey, welcome World Entertainment and John Wick Chapter 5. Is it happening or isn't it happening? What is happening around the whole John Wick thing? Well, Keanu Reeves has pretty much come out and confirmed that he's not returning. At least at this stage, he says he's not returning. So he seems to want to do another one, but he's basically saying his body and the demands of the movies won't really allow him to do more. Now, he does confirm, spoiler I suppose if you haven't seen Chapter 4, but he has confirmed that the character is dead. And of course, they're saying, well, that doesn't exactly stop Hollywood nowadays, does it? So, we'll have a look at exactly what he has said about this. And of course, we get information about what's actually happening in the world of the John Wick universe. As we know, Ballerina's on its way. We already had a prequel, but there's another prequel on the way as well, apparently. So let's have a look at this. So, while Hollywood has a history of resurrecting beloved characters, Reeves' latest comments suggest that John Wick's story may have truly come to an end. However, with the franchise continuing to expand in new ways, the door to a possible return may not be completely shut. Meanwhile, John Wick franchise director Chad Stahelski, probably butchered that, is currently busy preparing to helm a highly anticipated Highlander reboot starring The Witcher's Henry Cavill. When asked about the possibility of a fifth John Wick film, Reeves didn't leave much room for speculation, saying, "You know, the character's dead. He died in John Wick Chapter 4. When the interviewer noted that Hollywood often finds ways to bring characters back, Reeves still dismissed the idea of a sequel, adding, right now, there isn't." So Reeves has previously told CBS Mornings about physical demands of playing John Wick and how they might impact his decision to return. "You can never say never," the actor said, "but my knees right now are saying you can't do another John Wick. So my heart does want to, but I don't know if my knees can do it," the actor admitted. So that's where you're hearing he wants to do it, but it's basically his body and the demands are like, yeah, no. So while John Wick 5 remains uncertain, the franchise is continuing in other ways. The universe recently expanded with The Continental from the World of John Wick, a prequel series exploring the origins of the assassin's underworld and the iconic hotel that plays a central role in the films. Additionally, director Stahelski, or however the hell you pronounce it, is involved in developing another spin-off series, John Wick Under the High Table, which will explore new characters striving to usurp the high table, with returning cast members seeking to maintain the current order. Although John Wick's story may be over, the world he inhabited continues to grow. The upcoming spin-off film Ballerina will further explore the assassin network introduced in the main series. Ana de Armas stars in Ballerina as a young assassin seeking revenge. The film takes place between John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum, and John Wick Chapter 4. Reeves will reprise his role as John Wick in a supporting capacity, offering fans one more chance to see him as the iconic character. Lance Reddick will posthumously make his last appearance in the franchise as the character of Charon. So you're seeing there that they're saying, yeah, it looks like Chapter 5 possibly isn't going to happen, at least at this stage it's not going to happen. And it's interesting to say at this stage it's not happening because he's going to just get older. It's not like he's going to get younger. But I suppose if they could figure out a way to do it where it's not as taxing on, or he's saying his knees. So I'm assuming that's from a lot of the kind of the martial arts aspect of when he grabs people and he kind of swings and always lands on the ground and stuff like that. I suppose if they could kind of limit that or even remove a lot of that, he could come back easily. Or are we just going to start seeing the character pop up in these cameo appearances in spin-offs and stuff like Ballerina? I had no idea about this other show that's getting done. Now, I think I said it was possibly a prequel. This doesn't really say whether it's a prequel. but it does seem to be happening, and it's going to be called John Wick Under the High Table. So that's interesting as well, that they say returning characters. So I wonder which characters exactly will show up in that. But it's interesting to see where this franchise can go and how it can actually spin off, because a lot of people said, I want to see a Continental thing. Yeah, you got the Continental series, a 3-episode series, but each episode was like a mini film, really. That was a prequel, and I think people would much rather see a full-blown, up-and-running version of the Continental in this time frame, which could still possibly happen, and of course, we know there's more than one Continental, they're everywhere. But as for John Wick himself, it is the question of, will Reeves actually return to the character for a John Wick 5, not in a cameo appearance and stuff like that? Again, he says he definitely wants to do it, but his body is saying, no, we're not doing it. And from what we've seen, there was a brief new clip, that's out for, it's like a TV spot for Ballerina. And it does seem to indicate that there will be at least one action scene with John Wick. Like, actually in action. We thought maybe after the first trailer, he was just going to show up, give her kind of advice or whatnot, and that'd be it. And now it looks like we might actually get an action scene with him. Whether it's from one of the other movies and they just cut it in here, we don't know. But there does seem to be one. So that's the update Keanu Reeves himself has given to the chances of it. John Wick Chapter 5. So let us know what you think. Do you want a Chapter 5, or are you quite content with getting these spin-offs and different ideas of TV shows and movies and whatnot? Maybe he could lend his voice to and his likeness to a John Wick game. That would be interesting. Who knows what the future holds? So with that, I shall leave it there for this one. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.